Hello, Internet. Bardic Monk here, and today we're going to be playing a game of Marvel Champions. This is going to be a game of Bishop versus Sabretooth, and this is using the current set of Marvel Champions as described here. And this is a deck made by the very generous Abi Small at MC Deck Discussions. And this is the write-up for the deck. And the deck construction is very interesting because I have a new type of card that I hadn't seen before. I have seen a player side scheme before, but this is a linked card, and it's linked to four cards that are going to start the game out of play. So there are four specialization cards that are going to be outside of the game right now. But if I can complete specialized training, I will put this into the victory pile, and then I get one of these four cards to place uh, in my character's. Like I get to play it for my character. And in this case, we're going to have Frontline Specialist as the main draw for this. We're trying to play Frontline Specialist because it has the ability to give me four additional hit points. That's to my current amount and the max amount, as well as a response when my identity takes damage from any attack, from an enemy attack. Exhaust this card, draw one card. We're going to be playing against Sabretooth, who is currently stalking Robert Kelly, trying to kill him, and it is our job as heroes to stop this, to stop Sabretooth from killing the senator. So we got to find the senator by dropping this, by completing this side scheme. We find the senator, and currently Robert Kelly is in play, but not in our control. So we're trying to find him somewhere in the building, and that's what the five threat represents. We also have Stalk by Sabretooth that whenever we place threat on the main scheme as part of the first step of the villain phase. So, first thing that happens with the villain, as soon as we have the villain phase, we put one here and then we start activating people. But there's a force response. As soon as you place one here at the start, at that first step, we have to give Robert Kelly 2 damage. If this, for whatever reason, starts at 6 at the beginning of that turn, he instead takes 3 damage. And this is going to be per turn, so the first turn he takes 2, then he takes another 2 on the second turn, then another 2 on the third turn, so on and so forth. Abby Small, thank you again for this deck, and I am going to follow up this game with a response on how I think about the deck, how I think everything's turning out, and like any notes that I might have for it. It's going to be a general review on how everything has turned out because this in the demo game that I played, it's very very interesting in that you want to take a lot of damage and you have the ability, not because of the deck specifically, but because of Bishop's like kit. He's able to take a lot of damage and then redirect it to the villain. So I think Abi Small made a very good deck that kind of like plays off of that. So while Bishop can passively do this just because he has cards that just passively do it, I do think that Abi Small did build into that kit a very specific way, and I will explain how much I do like it. I don't know enough about the game to give like critiques yet, but I will talk about any like bad turns that I might have had throughout this game. So without further ado, we will put the HP on the board. We have 12 for Bishop, and then we're going to have 13 for stage 1 of Sabretooth. We're going to start at Lucas Bishop, though, as an alter ego. We're going to be in the player phase, and let's see. He has a hand size of 6. All right, cards that we have: Domino, Sidekick, Maria Hill, Bishop's Uniform, Stored Energy, and Supercharged. I'm just going to flip over to Bishop. Bishop's ability is Energy Absorption. As a response, pretty much it's going to occur when I take damage. So I'll go over that once I start taking damage. That's definitely going to happen. And if I flip over to Lucas Bishop afterwards, it allows me to get temporal cards. So any cards with a temporal trait are going to have I can get them out of the discard pile back into my hand. So I will strategically be flipping back over to get, for the most part, unless it's his character specific allies, I'm usually trying to get stored energy. At least the way that I look at this, how this was being played. So, all right, we're gonna play Maria Hill to hopefully get a yeah, play Maria Hill using a stored energy to pay for her. As a response, when she enters play, each player draws one card. We have a power in all of us, which I am going to use later. We want to get Bishop's Uniform out, and I'm going to use Sidekick, Sidekick and Domino, and I'm going to play Supercharged, and I'm going to use the action discard a resource card from your hand, which power in all of us is. Place one charge counter here for each resource icon on that card. Currently, we only have one resource icon on it, so it gets one charge icon. Instead of dice, I do have just these four like warning tokens, but they turned into, for this game at least, they're turning into my charge icons because there is a max of +8. So I don't think I'm going to overpay for it, and I don't see anything in this deck that removes tokens from a card. So I think just keeping it at 4 should be fine. And with that, we've used everything in our kit. I'm going to have Maria Hill thwart for 2 to get rid of 2 scheme, 2 threat on this, and she's going to take 1 damage. And I am also going to thwart for 2 for Bishop for 1. And I don't think we have anything else. So with that, we're going to ready up. I'm just going to start putting a few more counters here so they're just in the center, ready to play. We have readied up and we're going to draw up to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Do we have any reactions? We have another Supercharged Professor X suit up, Concussive Blast, and Command Authority. This is going to be good if I can get some resource cards out. We already have Professor X and a suit up, which is good. Alright, I still haven't found out how to use suit up, so we're going to try. I'm going to make a concerted effort to actually use suit up. So I have no responses in my hand, so I am going to just put it over to the side here. I don't have to worry about that right now. And we're going into the villain phase. Step 1 of the villain phase, we're going to place a threat on stalked by Sabretooth. The force response causes Sabretooth to deal 2 damage to Robert Kelly. So Robert Kelly's already hurt somewhere. We're probably hearing it down the hall because we're very close to getting to him. And then we have Sabretooth attacking us because um, we are in hero form. And I do have a defense. No, I do not have a defense. So I don't have any defense cards to play. So I'm actually going to get attacked by Sabretooth. He activates against me for 2 attack, and 1 card coming my way, and I am going to defend because I want to get some cards. Honestly, I want to get some cards. So I'm gonna defend for 1, and he's gonna hit me for 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, that could have been real rough for Kelly. So he's dealing 5 damage my way. I have 1 defense, so I'm taking 4 of it. We go from 12 to 8. We're at 8 health, and with the 4 damage, we now have the energy absorption. So after I take any amount of damage, I'm discarding that amount of cards from the top of the deck. So I took 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are going to go into the discard pile, but if any of these cards are a resource card, which none of, oh, yeah. If any of them are a resource card, which Genius is, that card goes into my hand instead. So normally that would be everything that happens to these cards and they get discarded. But we also discarded White Fox, which is really good because as a response, after White Fox is discarded from the top of your deck, put her into play under your control. So now we have another ally at the end of that, so I'm glad I took that damage. Alright, I don't have anything else that he needs to do in his turn. Oh yes, force response after, thank you. I've played a few times and I had to restart the game a few times because I keep forgetting that he has this. After Sabretooth activates against you, discard the top card of the encounter deck, and then heal damage from Sabretooth equal to the number of boost icons discarded this way. Assault has 0, and also he's at max health, but it is a force response, so I have to do it. Lastly, he gives me an encounter card. We're going to move everybody down so I give myself a little bit more space to work with here. I think this is good. Yep. Everybody down. Just a little more breathing room. And what happens with this card? So we get Toad. Toad comes out. Force response after Toad attacks and damages a character you control, discard one random card from your hand. Not great. I do not like that. But he is a 2/2/3. And if he was a boost, discard one random card from your hand. So he is just a real piece of work. But that is the encounter card. So now we go back to the player phase. And we're starting in hero form. We are currently we're currently tapped because we had to defend. And I do not like Sabretooth. Um, and I think I'm going to just use White Fox to thwart for 1. And this gets rid of this. We complete Find the Senator. So first player detaches Robert Kelly from this scheme, takes control of him. Because he doesn't count against anything and I can't really attach anything to him, Robert Kelly I'm going to put here. And he starts with 2 damage currently. I'm going to put that here. So as in control of him, advance the main scheme to 2A. So this is going to go away. This is now out of the game. And we have 2A under Robert Kelly. So we're going to do this. Flip this card and place it next to the main scheme. So the main scheme is currently here. We're going to get protect the Senator. Mission: Robert Kelly cannot be healed by players by player card effects and cannot have upgrades attached. Your response: after your hero defends against an attack from Sabretooth, spend 2 resources of any type. Ready your hero. Only the player who controls Robert Kelly can trigger this ability. So you're constantly get down, Mr. President, but you have the ability to untap after you do that. So I don't have to flip that. This is just out now. The Injured Senator, when revealed, deal each player a face-down encounter card. So we already have one here. And then we advance to B. Is there anything? Sabretooth has wounded Senator Kelly and continues to hound him. And we also have to reset this. Get Robert Kelly to safety before Sabretooth finishes the job. When completed, defeat Robert Kelly. If Robert Kelly leaves play, the players lose the game. So, pretty much, we're trying to keep him from getting to 9 damage. Starts off at 0. We have Protect the Senator. We did get one of these. And then we finish White Fox's activation by giving her 1 consequential damage for thwarting. And we're trying to keep this from being completed. So now the mission is turned into beating up Sabretooth to get Robert Kelly out of here. So when Professor X comes into play, let's see. After he enters play, choose 1, confuse the villain, stun a minion, or ready an X-Men character, which I could do to get him back in here. At the end of the round, if Professor X is still in play, discard him. Oh, so he's like a Nick Fury. Okay. Something to also get to. This is already 1 error, but we're still at the beginning of our turn. The only thing we've done is tap White Fox. So before I tap White Fox, the only thing I am changing is that there's a response for Bishop's Uniform. This is very useful for him. We discarded the 4 cards after I took damage. That resolved energy absorption, and Bishop's uniform has a response. After I resolve Bishop's energy absorption ability, exhaust his uniform, heal 1 damage from Bishop for each resource card in your hand. The only card that I drew was the Genius that we picked up, so I heal for 1. Okay. So Robert Kelly, you're at 2. Put you here. And I'm going to play Concussive Blast as an attack for 2 with Genius and 3 with Supercharged. Hero action attack deals 6 damage to an enemy. So I'm immediately just going to go from 13 to 7. If you paid for this event with a resource card, which I did, ready Bishop. So I just ready Bishop for that. So I did 6 damage, and then I get to ready him. And I have Command Authority and Suit Up and Professor X. So is there anything else I can do? We're going to attack for 1 as Maria Hill to deal 1 damage to Toad. Toad takes the 1 damage, and Maria Hill takes consequential damage, which gets her knocked out. Thank you very much. And then I'm going to use Bishop's basic attack to deal 2 more damage. That KOs Toad. He's discarded. And because everybody else is tapped right now, I'm going to flip Bishop. And when I do that, after you change to this form, add a temporal card from your discard pile to your hand. Like I said, I think also it's the only card I do have with it. Um, oh, Bishop's Rifle. I get Bishop's Rifle and that costs 2. Ooh. Alright, that changed a lot very quickly. I usually want to get stored energy, but in this case, I'm going to use Bishop's Rifle so I can get it out. At the beginning of the turn, at the beginning of a game, especially for solo, you're kind of wanting to build out to like get resources to use later. Because while it would be good to get Professor X out right now, he's mainly going to give me a turn by stunning. Nope, by confusing the villain. But currently, well, that would be good because I'm going to be in alter ego form and he's tapped. That's going to help me with just that. Really, I need just like the ability to start using these energies as quickly as possible in my brain. So we're going to play Bishop's Rifle for Suit Up and Command Authority. We're going to hold on to Professor X for next turn. Bishop's Rifle is now in play. And this is a restricted card. And pretty much the way I'm building these out, the way I'm going to try to position my field for this and future games until something changes. Any restricted weapons are going to go first, so I know that there's 2 of them here, and I don't lose them in the sauce here. And then there's a limit of 3 allies. Unless you have like a side holster or something like that, you're stuck with just having 2 restricted weapons. So what Bishop's Rifle does is, as a hero action, which currently I can't do, exhaust Bishop's Rifle and then choose an enemy, deal 1 damage to that enemy for each resource card in your hand. I don't have any resource cards in my hand, so that's fine. And then this attack gains ranged. So, ranged, if he had to retaliate on him for whatever reason, whenever I do damage to him, he does retaliate damage to me if he survives the attack. And when you have a ranged attack, that pretty much stops a retaliation. You just don't take that retaliatory damage. So, with that, we have only 1 card in hand, and I'm going to keep Professor X. We're going to ready up all these cards. And Supercharge should still have the 1 that I used. Also, I can't lose that among the regular tokens. So we're at 1 card, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're drawing back up to 6 cards, and what do we have? Randall's up. We have 2 suit ups. Concussive Blast again. Malcolm's here. Cool. Very good. We got another concussive blast. Yeah. Suit ups. Suit up seems really cool. I just really need to. I immediately said I was going to try to use them, and then well, I had allies already out, and right now I don't need to look for another ally really. That's why I like suit up. Right now, currently, suit up is not going to be very helpful for me from what I can see right now. So anyway, first things first. This goes up by one. There's no response on this one. He doesn't start immediately taking damage, so we have found him. He is in our control. This is just a regular advance the scheme, and this is the villain phase. Sorry. So this goes up by one, and we have Sabretooth still in stage one. He's going to attack. Nope. He's going to scheme for one. Um, I there's no like defending that I can do, so he's going to scheme just for one. So this goes up to two, and then he's going to use his force response. After he activates against me, discard the top card of the encounter deck, and then he heals equal to the number of boost icons discarded this way. So one boost icon, and this isn't the boost card that we're flipping. We're just discarding a card from the top of the deck and then just counting these. So that means that any boost icons, any of the star icons at the bottom, are being ignored. We're just counting these at the bottom of the cards. So that's his activation for him. Then he gives me an encounter card, and now we have two. I'm going to resolve this one first. He schemes for one. Yeah, he schemes for one. So I'm going to do this. And then as the boost icon says, if this attack defeats an ally, place two threat on the main scheme. It wasn't an attack, so this doesn't happen. And after he activates two, luckily a Shadow of the Past is gone, but now he's back to 10. Sabretooth is back at 10, and then we get rid of Advance. And then we have Infiltration. When revealed, shuffle this card into your deck. This card gains Surge. After this card, as a force response. Oh, okay, I didn't notice that before. Okay. When revealed, shuffle this card into your deck. This card gains Surge. So that means because the attack gains Surge, or the card gains Surge, we're going to get another one of these. Force response. After this card enters your hand, discard an ally or support you control. You may discard this card from your hand at the end of the player phase like any other card. So it stays. It stays. It doesn't get discarded. Cool. All right. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to. How do you do this without cheating? Because I see that's going to be up top. Why would I? It's like shuffle this until the orange just shows up at the bottom of your deck. So you don't do that. We're going to do 2 cuts. So sorry, 1, 2. Okay. Now the card is somewhere in my deck. I can see where it is, but that feels a little more fair. I really didn't want to skew that. Anyway, so whenever she pops up, I'm gonna have to start discarding people. So, lastly, Unrelenting Savage. When revealed, I'm an alter ego. Sabretooth schemes. Oh my gosh. If he has no sustained damage, he gets +1 scheme for this activation. Currently, he's at 10, so he has taken damage. He's gonna scheme one more time for 1, 2, and he finishes scheming. After Sabretooth activates against you, discard the top card of the encounter deck. So I don't think this counts. If he has if he has not sustained damage, if he has no sustained damage, he has +1 scheme for this activation. So that's just like a he's gonna scheme for 1, 2, and then if he didn't have any damage, then 3. That's what that is. So even if he heals, he doesn't get just an immediate +1 to this. So he's activated again because he's scheming another time. So he heals for one more. He's up to 11. We did all that damage, and it's been all erased because Sabretooth is a real piece of work. Okay. With that, we have finally finished this gauntlet that he's thrown us into, and we're at 9 health. Cool. We're going to go back to the player phase, and we're starting an alter ego. We didn't take any damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't have anything that requires me to be in alter ego or hero form, so I'm going to use. I'm going to flip, and I want to try to start hammering out damage as soon as possible. I think I am going to use Suit Up. Do I want to do that? I feel like I want to call for backup if I do that. I want to get somebody out here more than I want. I could do Concussive Blast, though. Man, this is rough. And I don't want to flip Sabretooth just yet. We're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With 6, I can't use everybody. So this is how we're going to do this. We're going to move. We're going to play Professor X, and we're going to use one of the suit ups and both of my allies, Malcolm and Randall, to pay for them. Force response when Professor X enters play. Choose one. Confuse the villain. Confuse would be the blue, so I'm going to give him that. Confuse the villain, stun an minion, or ready an X-Men character. And I just want. Yeah, I just gonna confuse him for right now. Professor X comes out. We're going to use him to thwart for 3 to bring this down to 2. I'm going to play Bishop. I'm going to use him to attack for 2. So he's down to 9. We're going to use White Fox to do one more thwart. She takes 1 damage. Oh, that's right. Professor X takes 1 damage. And I don't have the ability to pay for either one of these right now because I didn't have any resource cards. But that's fine. That's good. This is a-okay. We're gonna hold on to both of these for this next activation. So I don't have anything else I could use. So we are going to ready up these cards. I have to remember that he's on a timer, and then I get to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I have a solution to this situation that we're in. I'm going to make a proxy card that's going to go into the deck instead of um, the orange card if you have to track it. And I'm going to make it so that they are associated with like a numbered card on the side. So here's what we got. For right now, we're just going to continue this game like normal. That's fine. We have 2 energies and 2 resource cards. That's great. And we get the X-Jet too, which is fantastic. This is the first time I hadn't seen it in my opening hand. But yeah, we have Concussive Blast and Suit Up. So I'm going to put Suit Up, you guys here. Okay. Everybody's ready. And we finish the player phase. We go to the villain phase. First things first, this goes up by 1. He's going to activate against me for 2 attack. So he does 2 attack, and I'm going to defend. I'm going to defend against the attack from Sabretooth. So he's doing 2, 3, 4, 5. damage to me. I remove one of that, so I'm taking 4. I'm down to 5. And I'm going to use. Am I? I could use 2 resources to ready up. No. Okay. I'm going to hold off on that response. As a response here, I take 4 damage. After Bishop takes any amount of damage from an attack, discard an equal number of cards. Oh, okay. Discard an equal number of cards from the top of your deck. Uh, add each resource card discarded this way to your hand. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Took 4 damage, and this doesn't go into my hand, so this could go away immediately. If this card enters your hand, it does not. Any resources? No, but we did discard Nick's Fury. Dang it. Okay. So nothing goes back into my hand. And something I could do is I'm going to activate the Bishop's Uniform. After I've done this, I heal 1 damage from Bishop for every resource card in my hand. I have 2, so I'm back up to 7. This is a very good card. Really like that. And lastly, he's going to give me an encounter card. Blob. Blob shows up. He's a 1/2/6, and he has guard, which I do have a card for here, so I don't forget. He has guard. As long as he has guard, I cannot attack the main. I cannot attack the villain. Force response after Blob attacks and damages a character, stun that character. Okay, cool. We are done with the encounter part of that, so now it is back to the player phase, and I'm starting as a hero. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First things first, I'm gonna use Bishop's Rifle to do 2 damage to an enemy for each resource card in my hand. I have 2 of them, so I'm doing 2 damage to Blob with Bishop's Rifle, so he's going to take 2. Professor X is discarded at the end of the last player phase. I feel like I didn't use him correctly, but we're learning. We're learning. We're going to use White Fox to attack for 1 more. So she's tapped. She's going to do 1 damage, and she's going to get KO'd for that. Move you here. I'm going to play the X-Jet with an energy and concussive blast. Yes. With an energy and concussive blast to play X-Jet. Now there's a resource. This lets me have 1 wild resource so long as I have an X-Men identity, so I can use it for my hero side, but I can't use it for my alter ego side. So that's good to know. Still, am I tapped? I didn't attack with Bishop. No. Okay. So we have that, and I'm going to play Suit Up for strength, and Suit Up as an alter ego action. Crap. I'm going to then. I'm going to flip. I'm going to get stored energy back, and then I'm going to play Suit Up as an alter ego action using my stored energy. And I search my deck and discard power for an ally and an upgrade that can be attached to that ally. I believe I do have a generic upgrade to play. I forgot we have make the calls ready. Inspired is what I was looking for, and I'm just going to shuffle this real quick. So Inspired and Maria Hill, if I can get her out here. Wherever she is. I just saw her like 8 times. What happened? Maria Hill. So I pull out, using Suit Up as an alter ego action, I search the discard pile and deck for Maria Hill and Inspired, which can be attached to her, and I add them to my hand. And I shuffle the deck after I did that. I'm going to just do a cut, just in case. And I have 2 energy left. Not 2 energy. Yeah. I'm going to play Maria Hill again for 2. Ooh, this works out great. I'm going to pay 2 for Maria Hill. She allows me to draw a card. And I'm going to overpay for Inspired. So she is inspired currently. She has +1 thwart and +1 attack. And I overpay with stored energy. Nothing else happens with that. The only other thing I could have done is if I was already alter ego, I could have flipped because I can't use this unless I'm in hero form. So I have to do it this way. Then we're going to tap Maria Hill to do 2 more damage. I should have thought about that. No, this is fine. He's confused. That buys me a turn. So she's going to do 2 damage because of the additional 1 here. And then she takes 1 damage for activating like that. And I don't have anything else that I could do. Oh, yeah, there is. Duh. I'm going to heal for 4, so I'm back up to 11. All right, we ready everything up. Nope, that stays there. This goes away, and this goes. All right, Robert Kelly is doing all right for right now. We'll see what happens at the end of this turn. But the last thing that I do, I've readied everything, so now I'm going to draw up to 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we bump into one of the make the calls, which is great. This is actually great. We got call for backup. When defeated, each player may search their deck and discard pile for an ally and put them into play. And then we have specialized training, danger room training, and the power in all of us. This is all great. And finally, energy conversion. We have bumped into a lot of resources, and now they are out of. They're not out of the game, but they're out of this deck. I cannot draw into them. But with energy conversion, when an enemy attacks, shuffle a resource card in your discard pile. Shuffle each resource card in your discard pile into your deck. You cannot take more than 3 damage from this attack. So, this is great if he was attacking me. We will use that in a future turn. But for right now, this is good to just have in my hand. And that's it for me. We're going into the villain phase. This goes up by 1. Sabretooth is going to activate against me. He is confused, so instead, he discards that. He doesn't activate. I believe he doesn't activate. Okay, so when we have confused, the wording on the card is important, but um, the next time they would do the thing, so the next time the character would attack, or in this case, the next time the character would thwart or scheme, discard this card instead. So he doesn't attack, he doesn't scheme. Uh, does this count though? What counts as an activation attack? So he's resolving this, but because of confusion or if he had stunned, he doesn't do his forced response because he did not activate. If the villain attacks or schemes, it's considered an activation. That's what we currently have off of the rules reference sheet. So, rules reference book, PDF. There, that was the word I was looking for, PDF. He activates, or I guess he gets canceled from activating, and then Blob is going to activate, but he only schemes for 1. So he's not attacking, and then we draw an encounter card. Caught off guard. Discard an upgrade or support you control. Oof. We're going to get rid of Supercharged. Not great. Remove the X-Jet. Alright. This doesn't get Surge because that happens. And then that's the end of the villain phase. We're back in the hero phase, and we are starting off as an alter ego. I'm going to hold on to energy conversion so far. I do think I want to play. I'm going to play Make the Call. Make the Call for Nick Fury. And let's see. We're going to use the power in all of us and this doubles the amount of resources this card generates when paying for a basic card, which this is. So this is 2. Before I even do that, before I do any of this, stop it there. This is still in my hand. These two are still in my hand. This is in the discard pile currently. We're going to flip Bishop, so that way I can now use Make the Call. We're going to pay for Nick Fury using the Power in All of Us for 2, the X-Jet for 3, and I'm going to use a Danger Room Training for 4. Make the Call is finished, and Nick Fury comes out. After Nick Fury enters play, choose 1, remove 2 threat from his game, draw 3 cards, or deal 3 damage, deal 4 damage to an enemy. And I am going to. Yeah, I'm going to have him let me draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. I have another 1. Okay. I don't have any energies in my hand, so this gun is useless. But we did this. We did this activation. We're going to have Maria Hill thwart for 3 to bring this down to 1. She is KO'd because she takes 2 damage, and they are discarded. We have 2 energy conversions, so I could probably use one of them. And oh boy, I want to use specialized training, like right now. So I'm going to do so. Specialized training, I'm going to use one of the energy conversions for. You use a command authority for that. So specialized training starts in play with 5. I'm trying to defeat that quickly. So Sabretooth, I'm trying to build up just so I can have my big hits. That's what I'm going to do. And there's a lot of card draw, exactly what I wanted. I'll be small. So thank you very much. We are going to use Bishop to thwart for 2. Let's bring this down to 3. We're going to use Nick Fury to thwart for 2. Bring this down to 1. He takes 1 consequential damage from that. And we're going to just kind of end our turn there. Yeah. We're going to ready up, everybody. That was poorly optimized. I don't have energies on me. I'm going to get rid of. I should have KO'd Blob. I should have done a lot of things this turn. Okay. Great. Fantastic. Blob can. Nick Fury can fight Blob. Alright. I am going to strategically hold on to some cards because. Yes. Okay. I have how many cards? 4? So if I hold on to 1, I'm going to deck out. If I hold on to 2, I'm going to discard both Call for Backup and Avengers Mansion, so I have 2 cards left. That's 1, 2, 3. I draw 3 cards. I have 1 card left in my deck. So now I am holding on to 2 Make the Calls, a Face the Past, and 2 energy conversions. And here's where things should be getting a little bit ridiculous. I think something really dumb is going to happen. I love it. So first things first. First things first. Flip to the villain phase, and now Sabretooth is going to advance this by 1, and he is going to attack me for 2. I will not defend, but I am going to play Energy Conversion, which is a Hero Interrupt defense. When an enemy attacks, shuffle each resource card in your discard pile into your deck. So this 1 card deck, which should be. Okay, we're going to find the resources first before I do anything else. Let's find these resources. So, energy, energy, resource. That's 2 of them. resource. Yes. I think this deck is just this deck is just right now resources because I think um the third is hero specific one, the stored energy. I think there are three. I think the third stored energy is this last card. We will find out. So you just double checking. Yep, that's everything. And we are paying. So we pay 0 for this, and when an enemy attacks, which they are, shuffle each resource card in your discard pile into your deck. Also, I cannot take more than 3 damage from this attack. So this is probably going to be a ridiculous turn. Like there's a very, 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 very solid chance this is going to be a very ridiculous turn right now. Okay, so we are up to 5 cards in our hand, 4 because we use this. Right now, I'm going to keep this out and put it over my HP so I don't forget that in the middle of being excited. Um, he's attacking. This is a defense, so I'm defending against an attack. This is important because Robert Kelly has a thing. Force interrupt. When an enemy resolves an undefended attack, which I am currently defending, if I resolve an undefended attack against me, I deal damage to Robert Kelly instead, which I don't want because he's taking the damage that I need to fuel myself. So, Sabretooth is doing 2 damage to me, plus, hopefully more, 3, 4. He's doing 4 damage to me. I'm not defending with this, so I don't reduce it by 1 there, but because I can only take a maximum of 3 damage from this attack, um, which I'm going to discard this. Since I can only take a maximum of 3, I resolve this with the 3 cards from the top of my deck. These are discarded. They are resources, so they all go straight back into my hand. And I take the 3 damage, so I'm down to 8. What is stun stop again? Attacking. Do I have... No. I'm going to take the hit from Blob. Blob is going to do... So Sabretooth finishes activating against me. Force response, I discard this. He heals for 1. He's back up to 10. And then Blob activates, and he's going to do 2 damage to me. I want to take that damage. 1, 2. After Blob attacks and damages a character, stun that character. So I am stunned, and I am also, before I do anything, I'm playing energy conversion again. So I have 1 here, I had another one in my hand. Shuffle each resource. I'm pretty sure we got rid of all the resources. Just gonna quadruple check. Alright. Alright. We have done that, and I can't take more than 3 damage from this turn. He does 2 damage to me. I discard the top 2 cards of the deck. And if they're resources, they go back to my hand instead. And now I'm going to activate Bishop's Uniform. I think I took the damage, yeah, because I was at 11. He did 3. He just did, that was down to 8. He did 2. I'm down to 6. Energy conversion is done. And when I activate Bishop's Uniform, after you resolve the energy absorption ability, exhaust Bishop's Uniform, heal 1 damage from Bishop for each resource card in your hand. So that is, I'm healing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am back to 11. Man, this is sick. This is good. Oh, man. All right. And now I have too many resources, but I'm fine with this. We're going to play. First, I'm going to activate Bishop to do an attack to get rid of stunned. I'm going to play Make the Call. Oh, wait. At the end of their activation at the beginning of the player phase, Nick Fury is discarded. So, sorry, we are back at the beginning of my turn. And we started off as hero. So, Nick Fury's discarded. We have everything in our hands right now, and okay, this is actually the start of the turn. All right, I have uh, tapped Bishop to do an attack to get rid of his stunned. That's what he does, right? Stun the character, yes. Excuse me. We are going to then play Make the Call. So I play Make the Call to get Maria Hill back out. She is going to cost 2. So I'm going to pay 2 using Genius to get Maria Hill out here. Let's make the call done. After she enters play, I draw a card. We have another power in all of us. We're going to play Make the Call, Nick Fury. So we're using Make the Call to get Nick Fury out here. And because of my current set up, I have the power in all of us to pay 2, 4 to finish paying for that. And as a reaction, as a force response, he's going to draw 3 cards. So 1, 2. I've only drawn 2. We deck out, so we get one of these immediately, and then we shuffle the discard pile. I'm going to do this under the table, so that way I don't feel obligated to have to like change something about how I'm shuffling. We cut the deck and shuffle 2 more times, then cut the deck 1 more time, so I have no idea what's going on. And I don't want to do a final cut on the table itself because that's going to I'm going to see where the orange ends up. So I know where it is right now, but that's fine. So I've drawn 2, and the third card that I draw is this. All right. Nick Fury's out. Maria Hill's out. I'm going to. I don't think I'm going to hurt anybody here. I'm going to play. I'm going to have Maria Hill KO Blob. So the guard is now out. Blob is gone for it now. And how many resource cards do I have in my hand? Probably should have done this beforehand. There was a smarter way for Bishop's Rifle to do a lot of damage, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to exhaust Bishop's Rifle currently to do 5 damage to Sabretooth. He's down to 5 right now. Now, that was a much better option. I did that at the beginning of the turn. I'd bring out Maria Hill. I still had the 2 resources. I could have done 7 damage instead. That's all I did. That's all I did wrong. That's fine. Still learning. The damage output for this game, for this deck specifically, is ridiculous. I really like this. We are going to play. We're going to face the past. Search the encounter deck, discard pile, and set aside area for a Nemesis minion and reveal it. He quick strikes immediately, so he's going to hit me for 3. I'm not going to chump block that, but because he has a force response. After he attacks and defeats an ally, he pretty much could bring out his side scheme, so I don't want that to happen. So he's just attacking me for 3. I'm going to take the 3 damage. I'm down to 8. I discard 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. None of these are energies. I feel like everything's falling apart right now. And I cannot attack. What was the last part of this? Reveal it. So he's revealed. He did a quick attack against me, a quick strike against me. I take the 3 damage. Then ready your hero and draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. So after he's revealed, so quick strike activates first, and then draw 3 cards. You cannot attack the villain this phase. You, being the hero, remove this card from the game. So now this is out of here. On my turn, I'm going to have. Can I pull out White Fox? This would be the turn to do it. Like if I need to pay for anything, this is the turn to do it. We're going to bring out Malcolm, I believe. Yeah, we're going to pull out Malcolm. So we're going to play Suit Up with a stored energy. Search your deck and discard power for an ally and an upgrade that can be attached to that ally. So, I think I'm going to go with Danger Room Training and Malcolm. Yep, Malcolm and Danger Room Training if I got that out here. Don't. Oh, Danger Room Training's here. Okay. So I'm bringing out these two. I gotta shuffle the deck again. Gotta hide it from myself so I'm not cheating. This goes into my hand because it's Suit Up, right? Yeah, add them to your hand and then shuffle. Okay. I, the hero, cannot damage Sabretooth, the villain, this turn, but I believe my allies can, because allies and supports do not count as you for the case of situations where you is mentioned specifically. You cannot attack hero. You cannot attack villains this phase. So tell me if that ruling was wrong. I did see that online. So I'm going to then play Malcolm for 3, which is going to be we're going to do another stored energy and the other danger room training to play danger room training. Currently, Malcolm has a 2-3-4, and we're going to have him. Oh, wait, Maria Hill should have taken the damage at the beginning of that. We're going to have him. We're going to have Nick Fury uh, finish specialized training for us. So we finish specialized training. We're going to get a frontline specialist, which I'm going to put right here. I get +4 HP, so I'm up to 12, and I have a max. Sorry, I have a max of 16 HP right now, and if I take any damage, uh, if I take any damage to the enemy attack from an enemy attack, I discard this card to draw. To exhaust this card to draw 1 card. Sorry. Lastly, we're going to play White Fox with stored energy and the X Jet. We're not. We have a maximum of 3. So instead, we're going to have Supercharge come out. We're going to discard a Strength. Nope. Discard an Energy. And we're going to get one of these charge counters for each resource on that card. So 2 of them here. And we will now attack Trevor Fitzroy for 2 for Bishop. So he's going to take 2 damage from Bishop. And we're going to have Malcolm, our boy. We're going to have him attack for 3. That's going to KO Trevor. As an action, I can discard a resource card from my hand. But I'm not going to do that. He's going to take this for that activation. I'm just going to hold on to. While we're still here, we are going to have. Oh, Nick Fury's down to 1. He took 1 damage. Everybody else is activated. I feel like I'm wasting it if I don't have White Fox show up, but yeah, can't attack him directly. Um, we're gonna play nothing. We're gonna hold on to this. All right. So I have a feeling that Maria is probably gonna get KO'd Nick Fury is going to be gone for sure, at least. So we have that. We're going to end the turn here. So I have two cards in my hand. Should I flip? No, we're not going to flip. The problem with that really big turn is a quadruple fold. So I'm going to draw. No, we're going to get ready first. Everybody's ready. I'm not going to flip. Does it matter if he schemes? He could scheme. He has some 3 hits that I'm trying to avoid, so we are not going to do that. All right, we have readied everybody. We're going to draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we used Genius before the shuffle? Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. This stinks until I can get energy conversion in my hand, but at least we got a danger room. So that's going to be extremely useful if I can get Randall was the other one. And even if I discard him from that, I do have him make the call. So, all right. Everyone's ready on my end. We're going to the villain phase. That was a very long one. We're going to draw. No, we're going to escalate this by 1. He's going to attack me for 2. I'm going to defend for 1. And he's going to do 2, 3, 4. He does 4 damage to me. And I'm going to take 3 of that damage. 1, 2, 3. These get discarded. Oh, come on. 2. And we lost. Oh, just like I said before. So Randall's out here, but we have the last make the call in our hand. So we also have a Nick Fury Sr. out and ready to be called out. I should have had Nick Fury block or somebody. I took damage. After I resolve Bishop's energy absorption ability, we're going to use Bishop's uniform to heal for 2. So I go up to 14. Again, because of Frontline Specialist, I have plus 4 HP, so my max is currently 16. And also because of Frontline Specialist, after my identity takes a damage from an enemy attack, I draw a card. It gives me a suit up. Alright. That's that. He's going to give us an encounter card. And we're going to resolve these in order. The Brotherhood shows up. What happens here is that it starts off at 3, has a hinder of 2 per person, so this is going to go up to 5. When revealed, place 2 threat per person here, so that's what hinder means. And each Brotherhood or Mutants minion gains quick strength. So if any of the Brotherhood come out, they immediately start attacking me. So it's also going to give me, in future turns, an extra encounter card. Oh my gosh, Medical Emergency. This starts off at 2. And it has hinder 2, so I'm going to be at 4. Victory 1. When defeated, add this card to the victory display. When defeated, heal 2 damage from Robert Kelly. Oh! Okay, so this is like the only way to. Is there a way for us to like force side schemes to come out that we want? Because then you'd be able to use that card that's usually bad to actually help out this turn. Right now we only have 2 damage on Robert Kelly, so we're fine. Both of them are side schemes. We're set up there. Now we're going to start on the player phase, and we are still a hero. Good. Oh, this doesn't matter because I didn't draw anything else, but after he activates against me, there are no boost icons, so he does not heal for 1. This boost icon doesn't matter, so there's that. Now it's our turn. We are going to play Danger Room immediately. Am I? No. I could make the call to get one of the Nick Furies out here because right now he's been removed from play. No, it's still in play. Discard him. He's discarded. I got both Nick Furies ready and raring to go. Do I have any other people I want to bring in though? Randall could come in with a Danger Room training. Yeah, we're gonna play Danger Room for 2. We're gonna pay Genius and Danger Room. Alter Ego response after an X-Men ally enters play. Discard Danger and exhaust Danger Room and search your deck and discard pile for a training upgrade and attach it to that ally. So the way that I'm doing this is I'm going to because I've already done this. I'm going to exhaust real quick Bishop's Rifle to do 1 damage to Sabretooth because I have 1 strength on me. I am then going to flip. No. Before we do anything else, instead of using a genius, so instead of using this, so instead of doing this, right, we have 2 currently, and we're trying to play Danger Room. I'm going to play Danger Room. I'm going to use the X Jet for 1, and I'm going to use Suit Up for the other energy. Danger Room is out for an Alter Ego response. That's going to happen later. I'm going to then use Bishop's Rifle while I have 2 resource cards in my hand to do 3 damage instead. I had 2 damage instead, so now he's down to 3. I'm then going to play Make the Call. Nope, before that. We're almost there. We're almost there. I'm going to flip Bishop to Lucas Bishop and gain a temporal card. I think I started with Stored Energy. Do I have another temporal card that matters? No. No. Okay. So I'm getting another resource back. So now I have 3 resource cards, but that only happens on the Alter Ego. I can't do that here. That's fine. We get this. We're gonna Make the Call to get Randall out here. Pay the printer cost of an ally. Cool thing if you're playing multiplayer with this. Pay the printer cost of an ally in any player's discard pile. Put that ally into play under your control. So yeah, you could get around certain restrictions. Like you could put allies that you normally couldn't play on your in your deck as like a resource, and then you just make the call to get her back, get them uh, into your field. So for Randall, we need to pay 3. I'm going to pay with 1 stored energy and a white fox, and I resolve make the call, and Randall is now out. Alter Ego response, which I'm in Alter Ego form right now. After an X-Men ally enters play, exhaust Danger Room. Search your deck and discard pile for a training upgrade and attach it to an ally. I believe I have a Danger Room training already in here. Yes. Um, wait. Before I do that. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Because I could also make him my sidekick instead. I don't think I'm going to heal up anytime soon. So I'm going to use Danger Room training. So right now he is a 3/2/4, and we are going to have. Oh boy! All right, now we have 2 resources left in our hand, and I'm going to hold on to those. We're going to have Maria Hill scheme. We're going to have her exhaust in order to thwart for 2. I think I'm pretty much set up for an actual big hit. So she exhausts, she takes a consequential damage, she is knocked out. I'm going to move you guys over 1. Then I'm going to activate both of you guys. So Malcolm, you're going to Randall, you're going to scheme for. Sorry, you're going to thwart for 3. Get rid of Brotherhood. Don't want that in case Mystique shows up or something. And I'm going to have Randall. Nope, Randall already did that. We're going to have Malcolm attack for 3 to KO Sabretooth. All right, Sabretooth 1 down. We pause here at the end of all things to then do this. Stage 2 comes out. He has toughness, which means he starts the turn with tough. He comes out with tough. And force response is the same as before. The only real difference is that now he has a scheme of 2. So we have that. Let's see, what are we going to do? Besides that, nothing else changes. So this is actually a pretty simple change of pace here. Anything else? I don't have anything else that I can do, so I'm going to. Oh, he goes up to 15. We're getting better. We're getting better at this. And we are going to end the turn there. We're going to ready up all the cards. Supercharged, I'm going to keep on the side here. But I'm going to use that next turn if it'll let me. Yeah, Cut Off Guard is in here. I don't know if Sabretooth has an equivalent. Both of you guys took a damage. Malcolm activated before, so this is definitely the second damage they took. Bishop's Rifle gets readied, and Robert is still just kind of there. Okay, so after that, now we're going to have to deal with a lot of scheming. We don't have any other encounter cards. We're going to. We readied up. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I really don't like that I can see that orange card in there. So, anyway. Sidekick. Sidekick is out. I can use that. Concussive Blast, great. Avengers Mansion, fantastic. Yeah, okay. So, we have all these cards in hand. I don't have a defensive ability on me, so we're just going to have to defend, or else we can let Robert Kelly tank a hit. Because all my energies are in here. It's not like I'm going to draw into anything right now. There's no point in me letting him take the hits. Where's the power in all of us? Did I already use that? Is power of all of us in the deck? Okay. So I might. Just might. I can take the hits right now. So at the beginning of the villain phase, we're going to go up by 1. He's going to scheme for 2. Can't forget this. Sorry. It's here. He's going to scheme for 2. I can't really stop him, so he's scheming for 2. And if this is attack, so this is not an attack. He schemes for 2. This goes up to 6. Then he gives us an encounter card, which is Mutant Terrorists. Treachery. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the Brotherhood side scheme. Thank goodness we got rid of that immediately. Okay. For side scheme and reveal it, which I do, and this has Hinder 2 on it, so yeah, this starts at 5. If I did not, if it did not enter play this way, I'd have to discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a Brother Mutant's minion is discarded, and then reveal it. Which means that I would force us to run out of time, and I would have a quick strike to have to deal with. So that was good that we got rid of Brotherhood immediately. All right, he didn't damage me. I don't have to worry about that. He doesn't bring out anybody else. That's all good. Oh, because of medical emergency, I didn't realize that we have an acceleration icon on here. So this goes up by 2 every turn instead now. All right, we are going to play. We are in the player phase. We are starting in alter ego form, And we are going to. So I got a temporal. Yeah, when I flip. So I'm going to flip back over to Bishop, to the hero form, and how many resource cards do I have? I could do 2 damage to him right now. I'm going to have. Okay. I'm going to attack for 2. Get rid of a tough instead of taking any damage. I'm going to then exhaust Bishop's Rifle to do 2 resource cards. Yeah. So I'm going to do 2 damage to that enemy for each resource card in my hand. So he's going to take 2 damage. Oh, after he activated, he was at full health, but he gets rid of this. Which would have mattered, yes, but that's fine. Right now, this is fine. I feel like it's more interesting, I guess. I don't know. Getting another shapeshifter would have stunk. Sure. But anyway, man, this is a lot to keep track of. We're an hour and a half into this playthrough. This recording is taking an hour and a half so far. So I hope I cut it down to something better. I'm going to have to do something for this. Definitely. I hope this is working. We're going to play Avengers Mansion for 4. Both the Genius and the Strength are going to be used to pay for it. I'm going to exhaust Avengers Mansion to draw a card. And we're going to play Professor X for 3, just because I kind of have to. Do I? I could do. Oh, before we do that, let's see if we do something else. Because I can't redo that. All right, that's too much information. If I pay for this, I could do 6 damage to him. I could do 6, 12, 6, 12, sorry. 6, 9, 10, 11 damage. And then we're just going to be at the mercy of him. Oh, boy. I keep forgetting about it. I could have done Supercharge to KO him already. So just, okay. Without retconning too much. No, I'm just going to have to live with it. That's my mistake. Okay. We're going to play a Concussive Blast. We're going to pay for all 3 of these. No, because then he's going to win. I can't do that. Professor X, we're just going to hope that we bump to another Concussive Blast, unless we used the other one already. Yeah, I did. We're just going to have to live with this thing. Dang it. I could have KO'd him. Next time. We're going to play Concussive Blast. Nope. We're playing Professor X for 3. Using these 3. Um, oh. How much is this? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Crap. Oh, man. I'm still trying to resolve this. So I have these 3 cards I played with. I could ready. I could ready Bishop instead of stunning him. I mean, confusing him. And actually, no. We're going to buy ourselves a turn by doing this. So he's got toughness. He doesn't have stalwart. We haven't flipped that card. We are going to use these 3 to pay for Professor X. Professor X comes out. He is going to confuse the villain, right? And then he's going to thwart for 3 to bring this from 7 to 4. He is going to. He's thwarting for 3. So there's that. Okay. So I'm not going to use Danger Room because that's a nothing. That's a nothing burger. So we do thwart for 3. The injured senator is down to 4. And I don't think there's anything else I could really play here. That's everything in my hand. I'm always expecting me to like finish shuffling and then coming back up on an orange. Okay. We have nothing else. Well, okay, we have a lot of things that we could do. I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm going to thwart for 3 to get rid of. To bring this down to 2. He takes 1 more damage. I'm going to. He's at 15. He's probably going to heal up. No, he can't heal up. I don't want to get a quick strike. Or do I? No, that's going to get rid of my cards. I want to thwart for 2 with Malcolm. He is up to 3 damage. Again, they have boosted HP because of Danger Room training. So there's that. And we don't have to worry about Robert Kelly right now. So I'm not worrying about medical emergency. And that should be everything. So I have nothing in my hand. I've tapped everything at this point that I can tap. I'm going to ready up everybody. Okay, so for the villain phase, we're going to. We just went up by 1. Then he's going to attack me for 2. Injury Center went from 5 to 6. And we are going to have Sabretooth activated against me. So he's going to attack me for 2. And I think I'm just going to let him hit Senator. Because I don't need. Actually, I do need that. Come on, Senator. Come on, Senator. Alright. We're going to defend for 1. I don't have. I don't have to do that. I could actually just play energy conversion. So when an enemy attacks, shuffle each resource card in your discard pile into your deck. So resources are these, this, this, this. Okay. Get these cards back into the deck. Again, I do not want to see the orange card. I do not want to cheat because this is going very well, despite the fact that I think we're breaking the 2-hour recording mark. Nope, we're in the hour and a half mark for this recording still. Okay. This is good. For Bishop, you want to take the hits as much as you can, especially if you have the frontline specialist. You can take the hits and benefit from doing so. And with Bishop's uniform, you're taking damage for free. That's what it feels like, at least. And I feel like I want to do chump blocking a lot more with these one-use allies, but if I do so, like, you want to do that for when Blob showed up. And Blob showed up, he did damage, and then he stuns whoever he hits. So I don't want that to happen. So I'll be taking all the hits for that in those cases. And really, that's the reason why I haven't been chump blocking. So anyway, Sabretooth is attacking us. We do the hero interrupt, and I can't take more than 3 damage. What happens? He's finishing attacking me, so he's doing 2. Just 2 damage. I'm down to 12. I have to discard 2 cards. Inspired and, stored energy. After it takes a discard an equal number of cards and a resource card. Yep. I'm going to use Bishop's Uniform to get back, because I have a lot of them. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 resource cards in my hand. So I'm going to use Bishop's Uniform to heal 4. I'm now up to max boosted health. And after I took any amount of damage, from an enemy attack, I exhaust this card. I get to draw a card for that. Another energy conversion, sweet. Alright, after he activates, then he's going to discard the top card. Ooh, Mystique. For 3, he's going to heal up to 15. his max. He's still confused. He still has that force response. And then he's going to give me an encounter card. Another medical emergency. I believe that's still at 4. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, so you did have that. That's fine. Yeah, this is all good because he's ordered for 3. That went down to from 7 to 4. At the beginning of this, it goes up by 1 and another 1 because of this, so that's up to 6. And that's everything right there. All right, that's the end of the villain phase, and now we're back to the player phase. And what do we have? I think because Abismal has made the perfect. I feel like this is exactly what I asked for. So thank you very, very much, uh, Abismal. But we're gonna do Bishop's Rifle, and it's gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4 damage to Sabretooth. So I'm gonna go down to 11. Remember, he was at full health at the beginning of this turn, so he takes 4. I'm going to play up. Professor X is discarded at the end of my turn, and I'm gonna play. Do I want to play Call for Backup? If I do, I only need 3. Yeah, I'm gonna play Call for Backup for 1. I'll use the supercharge to pay for that. This goes up to 3, and I'm gonna use Randall to thwart for 3 because of Danger Room. Each player may search their deck and discard power for an ally and put it into play. I do not want to draw 3 cards. Does Senior allow you to draw 2? Draw 2 cards. So I'm going to search the deck and discard power for an ally and put it into play. Yes. We're using Call for Backup to get Nick Fury Sr. out into the field. When he does, I choose 1, and I'm going to choose to draw 3 cards. I'm going to draw 2 cards, sorry. And this is good. This is very fun. This is very fun. I'm going to use the action discard a resource card from your hand. I'm going to discard a stored energy. Uh, place 1 charge counter for each resource icon on the card. This one has 2, so I'm putting the last 2 onto here. I'm going to then attack for 2. Interrupt. The hero interrupt when you make a basic attack. Discard supercharged. You get +2 attack for this attack for each charge counter here to a maximum of 8. So I discard this. I do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 damage. He's down to 1. And then we're just going to have Malcolm end it. Malcolm attacks for 3. Sabretooth is KO'd. And that's the end. We make it out of here with Robert Kelly having minimal damage. But thank you all for watching another episode of Bardic Brawl. This is definitely recorded ahead of time. I'm going to be out of town, and I hope that I will return ready for more adventures with this game because I really, really enjoyed that deck. Again, another shout out to Obby Small. Check out their channel, MC Deck Discussions, and there are so many decks that they've come out with, and I really, really enjoyed this one. So I'm curious which other decks we could come up with here. I do want at one point to come up with my own, but right now this has just worked out so well. This worked out so fun. Like that supercharge is exactly what I wanted. The ability to just like I'm wondering how much. Yeah, I'm gonna save all that for the next video. Anyway, thank you again for watching. Everybody, have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic night, whenever you are. And as always, stay positive. See ya.